inventions have changed the world.
Good morning, 47. Your destination is the HITMAN luxury hotel resort on the Chao Phraya River, just outside Bangkok. Your main target is Jordan Cross, the lead singer of The Class, a renowned indie rock outfit recording their highly anticipated sophomore album. But this millennial poster boy harbors a dark secret. 1 year ago, promising young actress Hannah Highmore fell to her death from Cross's penthouse loft in Dumbo, New York. According to the police, Miss Highmore's death was a tragic accident, but her parents remain unconvinced. They firmly believe that Cross murdered Hannah and only escaped justice due to the power and influence of his father, billionaire media mogul Thomas Cross. A secondary target, Ken Morgan, corporate fixer and attorney to the Cross family, is also staying at the hotel. Cunning and unscrupulous, Morgan was a key agent in the cover-up of Hannah Highmore's murder and Jordan Cross's subsequent acquittal. The Highmores understandably want retribution, and while the system may be powerless, ICA is anything but. I will leave you to prepare.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the All Fall Down series. So for those of you that don't know, I recently had a poll out on everybody's favourite method of execution, and the results were fall or falling accident kills. So we're going to go through each of the missions or the levels and eliminate our targets with falls or falling accidents. So we are in Bangkok, and today we will be bringing with us some bubblegum, some coins, and our silenced pistol. So we touch down in our hotel suite here, and the very first thing we're going to do is call for room service because we're going to need a change of disguise.
The minibar has not been replenished. Please see to it at once.
So while we wait for the serving staff to arrive, I should point out, if you don't have the bubble gum, it would be recommended to bring in the tranquilizer gun, as we're going to need to knock out Abel De Silva and his body will be found. So once the housekeeping staff have arrived, we're just going to wait for the gentleman to go and address the minibar situation before we render his colleague unconscious. We'll come back for her in a moment, and then we're just going to render our outfit unconscious as well, and then go and retrieve his colleague, and we're going to drag her into the bedroom, as this room will possibly be accessed by somebody else a bit later on, and they might just come into our suite. They won't enter the bedroom though. So once we have both of the serving staff tucked up, we can then go out onto the balcony and down the drain pipe to the floor below and onto the balcony here. So at this point, this is where we will snare ourselves Mr. De Silva. So if you don't have the bubble gum, when Mr. De Silva makes his way over to the balcony, you can throw a coin to distract him and then shoot him with the tranquilizer gun. Fortunately, I have the bubble gum, and it is a very useful item. You can get it from the 7 Deadly Sins DLC. It is a highly useful item, as it renders people unconscious without affecting your silent assassin rating. So once Abel De Silva arrives, we're just going to throw our bubblegum at the door there, and when he comes in to investigate, he will find it, and before moving away, he will sample that bubblegum, and he will fall unconscious where he stands, out of the eyes of just about everyone, until a little bit later on, when people will start to panic and running around. So once Mr. De Silva has passed out, we can then take his outfit. We're going to exit the little study room, making sure to close the doors behind us, and then we're going to head off to the other wing, and we are going to intercept Jordan Cross up in the penthouse area. So we're just going to make our way straight up the stairs. This is one of those really good outfits. There are very few enforcers to this outfit, although we will still need to avoid the cameras. So we're just going to wait for that camera to pan away. Hello, Dexy. And then up the stairs, we're just going to wait here. Now, I want to take out that camera. And this is where we're going to start causing small amounts of panic, but not too much. So when Jordan Cross leads us down to the atrium roof, he's going to lead us through this area. And to avoid having to go into the security office, we're going to take out both of the cameras down here. So that's one. There's another one at the other end of the corridor. So we're just going to make our way outside and around, and we can sneak up behind the second camera. The reason for this is Jordan Cross may take one of two routes. He may come this way, which is the way we really don't want him to come, because in addition to the cameras, there is also, as you can see, an enforcer there, and it will be difficult to get past him. So I'm just going to wait until he's looking the wrong way, preferably about now will do, before taking out the camera, and we can then continue on up to the penthouse and meet up with Jordan Cross. So whichever way he leads us when we meet him, we won't have to worry about the cameras. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it's preferable to try and get into the security office unnoticed, as there is a camera in there, as well as at least 3 guards and other people passing through the room. So once we get up to the penthouse, we discover that Jordan Cross is in the recording booth, so I'm just going to wait for him to leave.
Hey, you're Ray's replacement, right? Yeah, thanks for coming out. Yeah, well, still, I mean, to risk Jordan's life for a particular vocal sound.
Thanks, guys. You talked over a really important conversation there.
Will ever notice?
So, Jordan will lead us to the music studio and introduce us to everyone. And it's at this point he will ask us to show our credentials at joining the band as the new drummer. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. Watch these skills.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, you're like some kind of machine, aren't you? Oh, man, nicely done. Why don't you walk with me, Abe? There's something I want to show you.
After you.
Dude, like, I know your dad owns the hotel, but really, on the carpet of all places. So we are going to follow Mr. Cross down to the atrium, and this is where things will start to get tricky as he tries to go this way, and because we had to avoid the enforcer, he lost interest and he was about to head back upstairs. Luckily enough, we caught him this time round and we didn't have to go and start all over again.
So, I like your style. It's very tight, very new wave. You should talk to Dexy when we get back to New York. Who's repping you?
Small agency. Very low profile. You wouldn't have heard of them.
Oh, buddies from school, huh? Don't have the heart to let them go? Yeah, I thought so. Look, believe me, man. You gotta aim higher. Anyway, so I have this project coming up. Yeah? I think it's right up your alley.
Going solo?
Yeah, that's the plan. I could use a solid drummer.
A hired gun, not a partner. Someone who does the job without getting noticed.
Oh. So you're interested?
It's what I do.
Great, yeah. Oh, mull it over. Talk to your people if you have any. You can decide when we get back to New York. Good talking to you, Abe.
Target down. Next up, Ken Morgan.
So Jordan Cross joins the 27 Club in an accident fall, and we are going to move on now to his lawyer, whose name currently eludes me, Mr. Morgan. That was it. That's why it sounded familiar. So we are going to head over to our suite and retrieve the housekeeping staff outfit from earlier on. There we go. And we can now make our way back downstairs, although this time we do have to avoid a few enforcers. And we're just going to wait right here to the entrance to the restaurant for Mr. Morgan.
Mr. Morgan, sir.
When can I have my suite?
Please accept my heartfelt apology for the mishap earlier. The Queen Suite is ready for you. Follow me.
Well, that was relatively fast. Very well, lead the way.
Certainly, sir. If you would care to follow me, we will head straight up to the Queen's suite. By the way, I knew your great-grandson, Arthur, I believe his name was. An old Wild West gunslinger of some notoriety, I do believe. A very interesting man. So, once we get up to the suite, we're going to introduce everything to Mr. Morgan.
To your liking.
A definite improvement. Hardly the Burj Al Arab. Let's take a closer look.
So, at this point, Ken Morgan is going to investigate and inspect the hotel suite, and there are a number of items we need to clear up. You can wait for him to point them out, but just to speed things along a little bit, I'm going to stay just that one step ahead of him. And what we're waiting for is when we get to the bathroom, because Ken Morgan also has a bodyguard with him, and he is going to have to go. So, staying one step ahead, we make our way into the office and give the table a quick wipe. And as Ken arrives, we can then move on, make sure he doesn't react. Yep, that's lovely. A couple of soda cans out in the lounge area here, one of which will come in handy, so we'll keep them nearby. Again, we're just going to wait for Mr. Morgan to catch up. Here he comes now. No rush, sir. It's all your money. My time is your money. So we have finally made it to the bathroom. We're just going to give the counter here a wipe down. And at this point, Ken Morgan will dismiss us. And when he does and leaves, we can then secure his bodyguard in here.
No visible stains. Well, I am sure there are other minor oversights, but one shouldn't nitpick. The suite is possible. You may leave.
If there is anything else I can do, sir needs only to ask.
So at this point, Ken is going to wander off to investigate the rest of the suite. We're going to keep bumping into his guard to slow him down. And once Ken is far enough ahead, we can render the guard unconscious and hide him in the closet provided. So now all we have to do is follow Ken. He's going to go to a couple of locations. In fact, we won't follow him. We know where he goes. Firstly, to that window over there. He will eventually make his way out onto this rather small balcony in the corner of the suite here next to the kitchens. So we're just going to get there ahead of him and await his arrival. So this balcony is directly above the one where we knocked out Abel de Silva. And as we push Ken over, the guard will spot him going past and make his way out onto the balcony, which Ken Morgan just bounced off.
Both targets down. Now head towards an exit.
And as you can see, he spots Abel De Silva's body. So you need to knock him out without it affecting your silent assassin rating. The bubblegum is best, the tranquilizer works just as well. So all we have to do is make good our escape. We're just going to run for the boat exit as fast as we can. So there we go, 2 more targets taken care of in falls or accident falling object kills. And next up, I believe we are off to the fabled Colorado. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.